wouldn't your child love to bring maple sugar cookies like these to a school party? You would never know that they were made without milk or wheat or eggs. And do you know that over 11 million Americans have food allergies? 6 million of them are kids. This cookie recipe is from a very interesting book called the Whole Foods Allergy Cookbook, which was written by my next guest, Cybele Pascal. Welcome, Cybele. Thank you very much. So, what induced you to pay such close attention to allergy-free foods and also write this book?
Well, my older son, Lennon, who is now 4.5, was diagnosed with severe dairy and soy allergies when he was only 4 months old.
Dairy and soy? Mm-hmm. So, oh my gosh, so that creates a big problem.
Exactly, and we were both put on what are called avoidance diets because I was breastfeeding him at the time, and so we were taken off of dairy, soy, wheat, eggs, peanuts, tree nuts, fish, and shellfish.
Oh my gosh.
So
leaving very little left.
Well, what I discovered actually is that there are many foods that you can still eat. So I set about writing a cookbook for the other people out there like us who have food allergies.
Yeah. So now, and your children are right in the front row with your husband.
Kids.
Hi, kids.
Lennon and Monty.
Hi, kids.
Hugging my husband Adam, holding on for dear life.
Hi.
Hi, guys.
So now, are they dissipating? The allergies dissipating at this?
Lennon, luckily, has outgrown his soy allergy.
Oh,
so that's fantastic, because now we can have soy milk.
Oh, good.
He still has a dairy allergy, and he still doesn't eat peanuts or tree nuts or shellfish, but luckily he's outgrown the soy.
Yeah.
So, and we're hoping he'll outgrow the dairy.
Oh, so why don't you show us how to make these cookies?
Sure.
Because I know everyone in the audience, we've gotten so many requests for allergy-free, you know, for foods that are for the people who can't eat all these other things.
These cookies are great for everybody, not just people with food allergies. These are called rolled maple sugar cookies, and I created them one year around the winter holidays so I could make ornaments for the Christmas tree. So you roll them out. They're made with a 1/2 cup of vegetable shortening, which we're going to add to
So now, how do you know that that's okay?
This is a dairy-free, soy-free vegetable shortening made by Spectrum Naturals. They're wonderful products.
So get this stuff at the health food store.
You can get this at your Whole Foods market. You can get it at smaller health food stores. So that's a 1/2 cup of dairy-free, soy-free shortening. And then this is 3/4 of a cup of maple sugar, which you can find at Whole Foods again.
Now, did you have any allergies?
I have a shellfish allergy.
Oh.
And I was allergic to lots of things as a kid. Do you have any allergies?
Not really. Sometimes lobster.
Lobster?
Yeah, sometimes.
Well, that's just a little one.
Yeah, sometimes.
So we're going to blend this. We're just going to blend it on a low speed so that the maple sugar doesn't fly out.
I once ate 21 lobsters day after day after day, and then I started to get allergic.
You started getting hives?
Yes.
What was it for?
What?
What were you eating lobsters day
I
after
was
day
in Maine,
for?
and I was in Maine, and that's the best thing to eat in Maine. Is delicious lobsters, no calories. You know, they're delicious and nutritious. So.
I grew up eating lobsters on Cape Cod myself, but I don't eat them anymore. So you can blend that a little bit if you need to. Next, we're going to add Energy Egg Replacer. This is a substitute for eggs.
So what's that?
This is made with stuff like potato starch and tapioca, and we're going to add 2 tablespoons of rice milk to that, and this is going to substitute for our eggs. We're going to whisk, but you can add that in too, that's fine. That was an extra tablespoon of rice milk. This is our liquid ingredients. Now, I make these cookies.
So you have to figure this out. I mean, and that's what your cookbook is doing for us, is figuring out.
This is a form of, exactly, it's like alchemy. It's like, how do you make this into a normal cookie? And I would like to stress that these are delicious, just normal cookies that I make for things like substitute for gingerbread cookies for my son at school.
And now, how do you know vanilla is okay?
We're going to put in a 1/2 teaspoon of the vanilla extract.
But how do you know that's okay?
Because this is a wheat-free vanilla extract.
Okay.
Now, the top food allergens are the eggs, the wheat, the dairy, the soy, the peanuts, tree nuts, fish, and shellfish. So we've got our liquid ingredients all blended. You're going to put together 3/4 of a cup of oat flour, and we're mixing it with 3/4 of a cup of barley flour.
That does away with the wheat.
Right, exactly. We're going to do a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and you're going to mix that up a little bit, and then we're going to add it to the liquid.
So children are not normally allergic to salt?
No, never heard of a salt allergy.
Yeah, isn't that funny? I mean, there are things that nobody's allergic to.
I don't know that people are allergic to sugar either. I mean, people say they are, but I don't think they really are. I think it's just that they get hyped up.
It's funny, isn't it?
So let's add the liquid and the dry.
All at once?
Yes. Now, I learned to cook at a boarding school that I went to called Putney, and I think your daughter also went to the Putney school.
She did. Did you like it there?
I loved it, and we, every student had a job.
Did you have Mrs. Baumser?
No, I didn't. But every student had a job, and my job was cooking for the school's 50 vegetarians, and that's how I learned to cook.
That's where my daughter became a vegetarian, at Putney.
That's where I became a vegetarian, which I'm no longer a vegetarian.
Oh, she still is.
Okay, so we are going to mold this.
So there it is. It's just beautiful dough.
We're going to mold it into a ball, and you're going to use your hands, if necessary, to sort of clump it together, and you're going to put it into plastic wrap and refrigerate it for an hour before we roll it out.
Okay. We're going to be right back with the rest of the recipe. Cybele Pascal, the author of the Whole Foods Allergy Cookbook, and we're just finishing up these very interesting maple sugar cookies that are absolutely safe for almost everybody, right?
Right. The great thing about these cookies is that they're safe for people. Almost 90% of people with food allergies can eat these cookies because they're free of all top 8 food allergens, like all the recipes in my book. But they're just wonderful for kids to be able to make cookies in any shape to bring to school.
Right.
You know, for Easter you can make little chicks. For Valentine's Day you can make heart cookies, which is what I did for Lennon this year, little heart cookies. And they're great so that kids can feel like they're just like all other kids.
So this book also helps you understand that you don't have to stop eating you don't have to stop eating and eating interesting food with lots of different ingredients just because you're allergic, right?
Right. And
I think that's a big problem for a lot of people. They just think, oh, I have to stop eating everything.
Right, and I sort of felt like I had to stop eating everything when I was first put on this diet, and then I realized, no, I don't. I don't want to miss out on these foods, so I've created recipes so that people who have food allergies are eating the same foods as everybody else. I've just created hypoallergenic versions of those recipes.
So everyone in the audience is getting a copy of this book, so that's very nice. That's great.
So I just want to tell people what we're doing here. What we've done here is we've floured our board with a little bit of this oat flour and our rolling pin also with a little bit of oat flour. And we're rolling this out to about a 1/4 inch thickness. And we're making various shapes. We're making alphabets today.
Alphabets,
yes. Like I said, the chicks or the hearts.
I'll make one for my dog, Francesca, F.
F. All right, I'm making an M for
I bet even Francesca would like these delicious cookies.
That's right. I think everybody would enjoy these cookies.
Well, this is great. So preheat your oven to what?
350.
Okay.
And we're going to also be decorating these with fun ideas.
They cook for about 8 minutes.
8 minutes, exactly. These are allergen-free chocolate chip chips, which are dairy-free, soy-free chocolate chips, which I love to decorate with.
Like what? What are they made out of?
They're made out of a little bit of just chocolate liqueur, cocoa, and I think some coconut oil, and they're wonderful. I'm going to make an L for Lennon, who is my food allergic child.
Okay.
Where's my L? There's my L.
So they just stick in there?
They stick
no
in there.
Problem?
No problem. We can use currants, which are nice and small.
So what other recipes do you have in the book?
I have beer battered chicken nuggets, so kids can eat chicken nuggets like everybody else. I have spaghetti with turkey meatballs, which are allergen-free meatballs, which are delicious.
Oh, that's good.
But I also make things like, braised beef short ribs with rosemary and fennel. So I sort of cover all the bases for children and grown-ups.
Look how cute they look when they come out of the oven. Oh, even with some coconut. Let them cool on a rack, on the tray before you try to move them because they are soft when they come out of the oven.
Exactly. And you want to let them cool on the tray.
Oh, but you can also form them into a cylinder like this and slice them and cook them.
You want to you can freeze it and then defrost it for about 2 hours on your counter, and then you can slice them and cook them just like regular chocolate chip cookies.
Great. Well, thank you very much, Cybele, and thank you for the book. And now you can feel a little bit better about your allergies. We'll be right back.